Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I just have the most VR boxing in the world here. I'll just be here having the most VR boxing wins in the world. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'll just be here having the most VR boxing wins in the world. I'm gonna go beat more of your people after this stream. I'm gonna go beat more of your people after this stream. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna leave more of your people laid on their backs after this stream. But your feminine beauty standards determine the outcome of sporting events, I'm told. I'm told I'm told that Alex Meyer's beauty standards for men are what determines athletic ability, but apparently not. Either that or I'm a great looking man. Either I'm a great looking man or Alex Mayer's beauty standards don't determine. Either Monica Fox, aka Alex Meyer's beauty standards for men don't determine the outcome of sporting events, or I'm a great looking man. It's one of the two. Either I'm a handsome man or women's beauty standards don't determine the outcome of sporting events. It's one or the other. Because the fact, if we're doing a scientific study here, the fact is that I've graped just about every man that is conventionally attractive by women's standards. I've beaten just about every man that is conventionally attractive by women's beauty standards, to the tune of I'm creeping up on 3,000. Okay? I'm creeping up on 3,000 men that I've beaten that are conventionally attractive by female beauty standards. So now they conducted a scientific study on whether or not women's beauty standards determines the outcome of unrigged sport events. So either one of two things is true. Either one of two things is true. Either professional sporting events have been rigged ever since Las Vegas has been built, which was built by the mafia specifically to facilitate sports gambling and other types of gambling. So either sports has been rigged before, during, or after the building of Las Vegas in the United States, or what's it called? Men that are conventionally attractive to women do not determine the outcome of sporting events, because I've seen just about every man that women that meet conventional beauty standards from the feminine gaze in VR boxing, and that means one of two things. Either I'm extremely handsome by female beauty standards, either I'm extremely handsome by female beauty standards and I don't know it, or sports are rigged. Okay? Either professional sports are rigged or I'm conventionally attractive by female beauty standards. Because I have conducted my own scientific study, and my scientific study has determined that who women find conventionally attractive does not determine the outcome of sporting events. As I've done a double-blind study, I'm blind in both eyes, and I've done a study. I've done a double-blind study. I can't see out of either eyes, and I've conducted a study. That makes it double-blind. All right? I've done a double-blind science study. I've formed a hypothesis and conducted research accordingly. And I've come to the conclusion, I've concluded, I have concluded, okay? That's what it sounds like when I'm graping your people. I go, I have concluded, in their ears after I'm done. I go, it is concluded! And then I zip my pants up after I'm done graping your people. But, what's it called? My study has resulted in the conclusion that, now we're going to start laughing when I say conclude. So this is one of those moments where I say things and then they make me laugh. But what's it called? So okay. Okay. So okay. We're not going to do this again. All right, we're not gonna do this again. Okay, so my study is I'm gonna make it through the sentence. I'm gonna make it through this sentence eventually. Okay? I'm gonna make it through the sentence eventually. I'm talking to myself here while looking at myself. I'm going to make it through this sentence eventually. If things stop happening around me while I'm laughing, I'm going to make it through the sentence. Okay, so my study has concluded with the sentence that either I am conventionally attractive by female, but I am conventionally attractive by women's beauty standards for men, or sports are rigged. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Either professional sports are rigged, or I'm conventionally attractive by female beauty standards. But it's one or the other. It's one or the other. Okay? It's one or the other. And that's the unfortunate reality that we've come to now that we know that I have the most VR boxing wins in the world. Now that we know that, and have known that for a while, all right, now that that's out there in the cultural zeitgeist, okay? Now that that's out there in the cultural zeitgeist, it's over for athlete bros. It's over for athlete bros, okay? It's over for bodybuilders. It's over for athletic bros. It's over for looks maxers, because I've cracked the code, all right? Me and Neil deGrasse Tyson, all right? Me and Neil deGrasse Tyson did a double-blind study, meaning that I can't see out of either eye, and I did a study, all right? Me and Neil deGrasse Tyson, all right, he's going to be there. Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be there to tell you that you are wrong, non-white people. That's I did all the science, okay? I did all the science. I did all the science. Neil deGrasse Tyson is just going to be there to tell you that you're wrong. He's going to be there to tell the non-pale people that they're wrong. And Joe Rogan. He's going to be there to tell the non-pale people and Joe Rogan that they're wrong. That's what Neil deGrasse Tyson's going to be there for. I did all the science. I did all the science. I can't see out of either eye. I did a double-blind study. All right. And what my study concluded, okay? What my study concluded, I've concluded, which is what I say, that wasn't directed at me. which is what I say after I'm done graping your people. All right, I lean really close to there. I go, I've concluded. Okay, like that. I scream that I've concluded. I'm done conducting science as well as graping your. And my double-blind scientific study has resulted in the knowledge being given back to the world. Okay, you got to give knowledge back to the world sometimes. I might have taken as much knowledge as I'm willing to learn from the world, but sometimes you need to give knowledge back to the world, and that's why I did a double-blind study. I can't see out of either eye. I can't see out of either eye, and I've done a double-blind study. If you don't know that that's the definition of a double-blind study, you clearly didn't pay attention in science class. All right, you clearly didn't learn from your Diddlestein-funded textbooks. If you don't know what a double-blind study is, you clearly didn't learn from your Diddlestein textbooks. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you clearly weren't paying attention in class. I was. I mean, I don't know how to tell you. I was paying attention in class. It's just that the world is rigged. That's another conclusion. That's another thing that dawned on me while I was concluding. All right. Another thing that dawned on me while I was concluding is that I paid attention in class. This shit is just rigged. Okay? I paid attention in class. That's how I know that the definition of a double-blind study means that you can't see out of either eye. I went to fucking Harvard, and I was in MK Ultra's hazing segment far longer than Ted Kaczynski. All right, I've been hazed by the MK Ultra program far longer than Ted Kaczynski was ever hazed by the MK Ultra program, and clearly I'm smarter than Ted Kaczynski. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that I'm smarter than Ted Kaczynski. And if you know someone that genuinely believes that I'm not smarter than Ted Kaczynski, then you are talking to a liar. Okay, I was hazed by MK Ultra's hazing ritual when I was in Harvard for many more years than Ted Kaczynski was hazed by the MK Ultra program. The hazing ritual segment of the MK Ultra program, where they call you a homosexual window licker for years on end, and then they see how many trips you make to Home Depot afterwards, after being told that you're a homosexual window licker, even though you're actually smart and shit. Yeah, they did that to me way longer than they did that to Ted Kaczynski, and I haven't put a dress on yet. All right, I didn't schedule a gender reassignment surgery yet. I haven't put a dress on yet, and my trips to Home Depot were for actual supplies. All right, I didn't build a cabin in the woods. Basically, I'm smarter than Ted Kaczynski and shit, and I went to Harvard, and I was in the MK Ultra program hazing ritual. I was in the Project Monarch hazing ritual for far longer than Ted Kaczynski was, because I'm smarter than Ted Kaczynski, and I haven't put a dress on yet. Mission failed. All right, mission failed. You called me a homosexual window licker for way longer than you did Ted Kaczynski, and I have not scheduled a gender reassignment surgery yet, because you guys suck, and you're not good at calling me a homosexual window licker. Is really the root cause of the issue. You guys suck at making arguments that make me feel like I'm wrong. And, you just don't have what it takes. All right? I don't know whose minds you're controlling, but it's not mine. All right? And your algorithms suck. I still look up what I want to look up whenever I want to on YouTube because your algorithms suck and they don't do their job of loosh farming properly. You have very lackluster loosh farming with your algorithms here, and I don't think covering every square inch of the earth with data centers is going to improve your algorithm much. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I don't think covering every square inch of the United States with data centers so you can employ a total of 2,000 people is going to make. I don't think that's going to make your algorithms better. I hate to break it to you. I think you've reached a level of incompetence where throwing money endlessly at things is not going to make you better at your jobs. That's really, I think we're there. I think we're at that point of society where the people at the top are so incompetent and held to such little account for the decisions that they make that it does not matter anymore how much money you throw at any given problem. You're just never going to do what you want to do because you get in the way of everyone's success that has the capability to help you get done what you want to get done. So like you're never going to get anything done because like you get in the way of people like me, and you try to interfere with people like me doing things and having things, and we're not going to help you do anything that you want to get done until you stop getting in the people that can help you get done what you want to get done's way. We're not going to help you get done what you want to get done until you get out of our way. So you should start getting out of our way a little bit if you want anything to get done around here. You know, if you want things to start getting done a little bit better, you should start getting out of my way, because you get in the way of everyone that can help you get done anything that you want to get done. This war in Iran, if you didn't get in everyone's way that lives in the United States, probably would have gone a little bit better. This Iran war might have gone a little bit better if you didn't get in everyone's way that was born in the United States. You ever think about that? Did you ever think that if maybe you didn't get in everyone's way, the Iran war would have gone a little bit better? You know, if you didn't get in everyone's way that's on your own team, if during the Biden administration you didn't show up to people like mine's house and throw us in a psych ward for being correct online, you might have gotten a little bit more done with this Iran war here than you did. That's something to think about over there with the bright minds at the FBI. Don't take it from me. I just lasted through the MK Ultra's hazing ritual segment longer than Ted Kaczynski did, and I have not sought out gender reassignment surgery since they unleashed Project Monarch on me. All right, I've been in the hazing process of the MK Ultra program far longer than Ted Kaczynski ever was, and breaking news: I have not sought out gender reassignment surgery yet. So if you would allow me to tell you, perhaps if you got out of everyone's way in this country, federal government, federal police, military, Palantir, if you got out of everyone's way in this country and you didn't get in the way of everyone that could help you get done what you want to get done, perhaps the Iran war would have gone a little bit better for you. Just a little bit better for you. Maybe you wouldn't have lost so hard if you got out of everyone's way that lives in this country. That's just something to ruminate on. That's something to ponder. That's something to ponder and reflect on over there at the FBI and the Lee County Sheriff's Office. That's just a little food for thought. Over there at the Army recruiting station, and over there at Peter Thiel's dungeon. Over there at Peter Thiel's subterranean dungeon. It's about like 500 feet underground and located in like Hawaii or some shit. Maybe if you got out of everyone's way that was capable of helping you get done what you wanted to get done, maybe you would have not only gotten it done, but maybe the Iran war would have gone a little bit better, huh? If you knew whose way to stay out of. Oh, you didn't know I shaved my face? Oh, so I can change an aspect of my appearance for weeks and you won't notice? I thought you knew everything about me. Look who's late to the party. Look who's beyond late to the party. Look who's late to the party and trying to act like they've got brand new information. Look who's late to the party and thinks they've uncovered brand new information. My face has been shaved for weeks. My face has been shaved for weeks. My face has been shaved for weeks. It's been shaved for weeks. I can change an aspect of my appearance and you won't catch on. You won't catch on until I show you it. You won't catch on until I show you it. You won't catch on until I show you it. Look who's late to the party. Look who's late to the party. Look who's weeks late to the party. I thought you were stalking me, bud. I thought you were stalking me, bud. I'm able to change aspects of my appearance and it takes you weeks to find out. You're only going to find out if I stream my face. You're only going to find out about changes to my appearance if I stream my face. I thought you were all knowing. I thought you knew everything. I thought you knew where I work right now. I thought you knew where I work right now. I thought you were going to get me fired. You didn't even know that I shaved. You didn't even know that I shaved. Your intelligence is as lackluster as your editing ability. Your intelligence is as lackluster as your ability to use Photoshop. All right? Your intelligence gathering ability is as lackluster as your ability with an editing software. Your stalking capabilities are as lackluster as your ability to use Google Images and Adobe Photoshop. All right? Every time you open an editing software and you send me something that you or someone you know made with an editing software, it would have got an F in my digital design class 12 years ago. Okay? Your memes would have got an F in my digital design class 13, 14 years ago. Okay, your ability to use a computer is so lackluster that you would have failed my high school digital design class 14 years ago. Okay, the memes you make today would have gotten you an F in my digital design class 14 years ago. That's how lackluster you are with a computer. Okay, you're so lackluster with a computer that you are not up to par with what they think a high schooler 14 years ago should have been able to do with editing software in a computer. Okay, your meme editing ability is worse than what they expected of a high schooler to be able to do with editing software and a computer in high school 14 years ago. That's almost 20 years ago. Your memes are so bad that someone who was not 18 years old 14 years ago was expected to do better than you with a computer and editing software. 14 years ago, you would have got an F in my digital design class 14 years ago. And that's a class that's meant to teach children that can't speak English how to use editing software. That's a class that's meant to teach children how to use editing software. Children that don't speak English, because I went to high school in Florida. So it was a class meant to teach people with a language barrier how to edit and how to use editing software. And you would have failed that class 14 years ago. That's how bad your memes are, is you would have failed a digital design class meant to teach people that can't speak English in Florida how to use editing software, taught by a Latino woman. You would have failed a digital design class meant for illiterate foreigners 14 years ago in Florida. That's how bad you are with a computer. So, guess what I'm gonna do? Guess what time it is for your people? Guess what time it is for your people after the stream's done? Can you guess? Can you guess what time it is for your people after the stream's done? You probably can't, because you would have failed a digital design class meant for illiterate Latino people in Florida. You would have failed a digital design class meant for illiterate Latino people in Florida that weren't born in the United States. That's how bad your memes are. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. Okay, like I said, I've been getting hazed by the federal police longer than Ted Kaczynski was hazed by the federal police when he was a part of Project Monarch and MK Ultra while he was attending Harvard. I have been hazed by the federal police for longer than Ted Kaczynski was, okay? And let me tell you something. The federal police would have failed my digital design class in high school. And my digital design class in high school was meant to teach illiterate Latino people how to use Adobe Photoshop, okay? Because I grew up in Florida, okay? So these people, I swear to God, this is 1,000% true. The federal government uses your tax dollars to make the worst fucking memes I've ever seen. They hardly count as memes, okay? When I say their idea of a meme is cropping my face out of a picture and then putting it over another person's face, that is like a frame from a homosexual, what's it called? Adult content, okay? So they will take a frame of homosexual adult content and they will literally cut my face out of a picture. They will click on the cut tool and they will cut and drag my face over a frame from homosexual adult content, and they will call that a meme, and they'll send it to me like I'm supposed to be offended and like they aren't insulting my intelligence by putting such little effort into insulting me. So they swear they're making me mad and they swear they're insulting me when all they're doing is making me go, wow, that is a astonishing lack of effort that you've put into trying to insult me. You look ridiculous. That's my actual reaction. My actual reaction is you're insulting my intelligence by putting such low effort into making a joke. Okay? Your joke is not even worth being offended over because of how low effort it is. Okay? You would have failed my digital design class 14 years ago that was meant for illiterate Latino people, and you're using my tax money to make low effort. It doesn't even count as an edit. It doesn't even count as an edit because all you did was click on the cutting tool. All you did was click on the cutting tool. I guarantee you it was an MS Paint. I swear to God, I guarantee you if you look up the metadata, they did that shit in Microsoft Paint. I bet you $1 million they did that shit in Microsoft Paint. I guarantee you they did it in Microsoft Paint. Or it was something that was built off of the source code for Microsoft Paint, because all they did was use the cutting tool. All they did was use the cutting tool. They didn't even blend it in. They didn't even blend it in. They just used the cutting tool. The most low effort shit I've ever seen. And they swear they're offending me. They swear they're offending me with this low effort shit. They swear they're offending me with this low effort shit. It's not even worth acknowledging. It's not only is it not even worth acknowledging, it's like they're the one, they know they're the ones that are by all rights supposed to be getting laughed at. They know by all accounts they should be the butt of the joke, is the thing. The thing is that there's no doubt in any of their minds that they should be the butt of the joke for using only the cutting tool, okay? Only the cutting tool to drag and drop, and that's the entirety. That's the entirety of the meme. No, I'm not being bullied. I'm not being bullied. You cannot tell me I'm graping their people by the thousands, okay? I'm graping their people by the thousands. They're here right now pretending that I was home all day when I wasn't home all day. They're pretending that I shaved last night and that I've been home all day and that I was responding to door knocks all day. Not one of that is true. Not one thing from a claim they've made since the beginning of the stream is true. I haven't been home all day. I didn't shave last night. I shaved weeks ago. I haven't been home all day. I haven't been responding to door knocks all day. The last 3 months that they've been telling me that they've been bombarding me with Craigslist ads and door knocks and shit, haven't gotten one door knock. They don't even know where I live at the moment. They don't even actually know where I live at the moment, by the way. Just like they didn't know when I shaved and they assumed that they knew when I shaved. They don't even know where I live anymore. They don't even know if they're sending door knocks to the correct house anymore because they don't even know when the fuck I shaved. Okay? They don't even know when the fuck I shaved. They don't know where I live. It's apparent that I'm driving cities away for work. So how the fuck do you know if I'm driving to the address that you've had forever? So just to let you know the level of intelligence that you're getting your information from, you're in you're in real good hands thinking you're getting accurate information from these buffoons. You can't afford an AirTag. Number one, you can't afford an AirTag. you can't afford to travel where I live, and you can't find where I'm at any given moment. I am that hard to find for you because you're incompetent. I've seen your ability to edit a meme. I'm hard to find for you, just like it's hard for you to know when I last shaved because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I am that hard to find for you because you're stupid. You don't know when I shaved last. You haven't been sending door knocks to my house all day, and you don't know where I live. And after this stream's done, I'm going, guess what I'm going to go do to your people? Guess what I'm going to go do more of to your people that you get mad every time I do it to your people, but I haven't stopped doing it to your people, and I'm going to keep doing it to your people. Guess what I'm going to do to your people when I get off this stream? Guess what I'm going to do? You don't have $80 to spare. You don't have $80 to spare. You've never had $80 to spare in your life. You don't know what $80 looks like in person. You don't know what a $100 bill looks like in person. You've never had $100 spare dollars in your bank account, and you don't have $80 to spare on an air tag for my vehicle. Nor do you know what vehicle I'm driving. You don't even know what vehicle I'm driving at the moment. You don't know if I'm driving the same vehicle I've been driving since I started streaming. Acting like you got $80 to spare on an air tag for me, or like you can even find me. Like you can find me at any given moment. You've never been able to find me at any given moment in your entire life, and it hasn't started happening now. You're not able to find me at any given moment. You're not able to find me at any given moment. No, I responded exactly to what you said. Hold on. Let me see what you think I'm unable to touch on. Okay. Looks like you were wearing a sporting bra. It looks like I could, it looks like once I end this stream, I'll beat more of your people than you have in the last 20 years in one night. I'll beat more of your people than you have in the last 20 years in one night once this stream is over. So, if I'm wearing a sports bra, a lot about the masculinity of your people, doesn't it? That says a lot about the actual ability to defend themselves of your people. That says how secure a white woman that chooses to reproduce with the men of your demographic actually are in their home at night. That says a lot about how safe your families are. White women that have reproduced with non-white men. That says a lot about the actual safety of your household that you're raising kids in with the caliber of man that you choose to reproduce with. If I wear a sports bra and I'm able to beat thousands of the men you reproduce with, that says a lot about how safe your home actually is from an intruder. All right, you better hope, and I know people who are in prison for burglary. I know people who are on death row for breaking into people's houses. I know people that are in prison for breaking into people's houses that look like me, that have my skin tone. So you better hope a person with my skin tone ain't breaking into your house at night. If you're reproducing with a dude that ain't pale, you better feel very unsafe at night in your house. is all I gotta say. If I wear a sports bra and I'm able to beat thousands of your people, and I know people who have successfully broken into your houses and gone to prison for it, you better feel really unsafe about the men that you choose to reproduce with, women. Whether I am or not, okay, so let's presume that's correct. Let's presume that's correct, all right? The man in the sports bra is the one you should feel unsafe about entering your home at night, women, all right? The pale man in the sports bra, if what you're saying is correct, women, all right? If what you're saying is correct, women, and I wear a sports bra, the man in the sports bra is the one that you need to feel real unsafe about breaking into your house at night, all right? You better feel real unsafe in your decision to reproduce with men that are not pale, and you better feel real unsafe at night, because I know people that are on death row for burglary, all right, women? All right, women, and they look like me. They got my complexion, all right? I know more than one person that's in prison for burglary, all right? One of them was a Lee County Sheriff's officer's house they tried to break into, and they knew it was a Lee County Sheriff's officer's house when they tried to break into it, all right? So I know people like that got my complexion, and if I'm able to beat thousands of the men that you reproduce with in VR boxing, and I know people that look like me that can break into your houses while you're asleep at night, you should feel real unsafe in the men that you chose to reproduce with. You should feel like you should feel like your household isn't secure. You should feel like you've chose the wrong men to lay your head next to at night. Because if you think that I'm weak and you think that I'm wearing a sports bra and I'm beating thousands of the men you reproduce with in VR boxing, then you better feel real unsafe with who you chose to have children with, because that's who's supposed to protect you from me. That's who's supposed to protect you from me. And I've beaten thousands of the people you chose to reproduce with, so you better feel real unsafe letting your head on your pillow at night. I know people that are on death row for breaking into people's houses. You don't end up on death row just for breaking into people's houses. You end up on death row for murdering people after you break into their houses, okay? Let me just put that into perspective for you. You end up on death row after you murder people once you break into their house. You don't end up on death row just for breaking into someone's house. You end up on death row for murdering the person's house that you for murdering the people in the house that you broke into. So if people like me can break into your home, you should feel very unsafe, okay? If people like me can break into your home, you should feel unsafe. You should feel unsafe. You should feel unsafe. you should feel unsafe. All right? You women should feel unsafe. You should feel very unconfident with the partner that you've chosen. You should feel very, very unconfident with the demographic of men that you chose to reproduce with. You should feel very insecure in that decision. Very, very insecure in your decision. You should feel very insecure about your decisions. You should feel very, very insecure about your decisions. All right? If you think I'm weak, and I know people that are on death row for breaking into your homes, your people's homes. I don't even think the police officer's house that they broke into was a white police officer's house. I don't even think the police officer's house that they tried to break into was a white police officer's house. Okay? So you should feel very unsafe. You should feel very unsafe if you think that I'm not capable of doing anything to you. You should feel very unsafe. You should feel very unsafe. You should feel very unsafe. I don't even think the police officer's house that they broke into was white. So, if a person that wears a sports bra and diapers is able to beat thousands of your people, thousands of your so-called men, okay? If a man that has my complexion and wears a sports bra and diapers can beat thousands of the men of your demographic, okay? I wouldn't, if I were a woman, I wouldn't feel safe laying in a bed next to you if someone like me, who by your estimate wears a sports bra and diapers, is able to break into your home with your children in it and your wife in it and your family in it and your mom and your grandma and your cousins from Haiti. If we're able to break into your home, okay, you should feel very unsafe. You should feel very, very, very unsafe if you think that I'm something to scoff at and I'm able to break into your home with your kids in it and your white wife in it, okay, and your mongrel mixed kids. If I'm able to break where your children that are mixed race with your white wife, if I'm able to break into your household with your pale wife and your mixed children and your non-pale men in it, then you shouldn't feel safe. If I'm able to do it, if me and my compatriots are able to get into your home, I wouldn't want to sleep with a man that's your demographic. If I'm able to get into your home, I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe sleeping with the likes of your demographic if I'm able to break into your home with your mongrel mixed children in it and your pale wife in it and your non-pale men in your household. If I'm able to create that barrier, me and my compatriots, I wouldn't feel safe sleeping next to you. I wouldn't want to reproduce with you. I wouldn't want to make a home with the men of your demographic. If I'm able to break into your house and you think I wear a sports bra and a diaper, I know people on death row for breaking into your homes with your pale wife in it and your mongrel kids in it and your non-pale male of the household in it. All right? So if I'm able to put you on notice and catch you off guard, I wouldn't feel too tough if I were you. If I'm able to catch you blindsided and breach your defenses, I don't think you got much going on in the way of violent capability. All right? If I'm able to penetrate your defenses, I don't think you got much going on as a man. I don't think you're protecting any household. I don't think women feel confident in their decisions to have a household with you if the likes of me and my compatriots are able to breach your defenses where your mongrel non-pale children are sleeping and your pale wife and the non-pale men of your households. If we're able to catch you off guard in the middle of the night blindsided with your pants down, I wouldn't feel safe reproducing with you. All right, I wouldn't want to rear children with you while you're asleep on the night watch. You're not a good security guard at night, non-pale men. Hate to break it to you. You're not the best security guard at night. Your mongrel kids ain't so safe after all at night. Better double check after you tuck them in, because there's people like me and my compatriots out there, and we've breached your defenses many a times. We've breached your defenses and caught you with your pants down many a times. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche walking out of your house with your shit at night. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche walking out of your house with your shit in the middle of the night. You were blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche. We walked out of your house with your shit in the middle of the night. Bitch. The chinless wonder that walked out of your houses with your shit and you did nothing about it. No knock, walked out with your shit. No knocking, walked out with your shit. Alright, while your mongrel children were going, "What's that noise? What's that noise?" That's your shit getting stolen. Alright? Right from under your nose. Daddy ain't keeping you safe tonight. Daddy ain't keeping you safe tonight, mongrel kids. Sorry, mongrel kids, Daddy's not keeping you safe tonight. He was blinded by the light. We wrapped his shit up like a douche and left in the middle of the night. Papa was blinded by the light. Some pale man kicked his ass and left his house with the shit in the middle of the night. Your non-pale dad was blinded by the light. We beat his ass and wrapped his shit up and left in the middle of the night. Your daddy was blinded by the light. We beat his ass and walked off with his shit in the middle of the night. He was blinded by the light. Not so strong after all, we beat his ass in the middle of the night. That's a fancy way of saying we beat your non-pale dad's ass, you broccoli-headed mongrel. The broccoli-headed mongrel reading this at the moment, your dad got his ass kicked by a bunch of pale folk in their 20s, all right? And all of the king's horses and all of the king's firearms couldn't stop us from breaking into your house where your non-pale wife and mongrel children were and leaving with your shit in the middle of the night. That's what I'm actually saying. What I'm actually saying is, we broke into your house where your mongrel children were staying, and what's it called? Your pale wife, and everyone else that you have crowded in your house for no reason at 4 in the morning, and none of your rifles and none of your Dracos and none of your pepper spray and none of your tasers stopped us from beating your fucking ass and leaving with anything that we wanted in your household, while your children and your pale wife screamed. While your mongrel children and your pale wife screamed, we beat your fucking ass and left your house with whatever we wanted. And you didn't do shit about it, and none of your weapons did anything about it, and no amount of non-pale people squatting in your house prevented that from happening to your household. When the pale man decided that he wanted what's yours, the pale man took what's yours, and you went ahead and took a dirt nap for resisting too hard in one instance. We is in, what's it called? Other pale people that beat your father's ass, you broccoli-headed non-pale mongrel.
Ooh.
So, rethink it in the next life, pale women. Rethink it in the next life. Go ahead and rethink it in the next life, pale women. They're not gonna. They're not keeping little what's it called? They're not keeping little Aquarius safe. All right, I'm sorry. I hate to tell it to you. I hate to tell it to you like this, but little Aquarius and what's it called? Little Aquarius and little Deontay's not safe on the non-pale man's watch, pale women. I hate to tell you that. I hate to tell you that, pale women, but little Aquarius and little Felonious is not safe under the non-pale man that you choose to reproduce with's watch. I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you, Ashley. I hate to tell you, Ashley, but Deontay and Deontay Jr. and Laquarius are not safe on Deontay Sr.'s watch. A small group of pale men such as me can overpower Felonious Sr. and Felonious Jr. and Felonious II. Felonious Sr. and Felonious II and Felonious Jr. are not safe on Felonious Sr.'s watch. Ashley, I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you, Ashley, but Felonious Sr. and Felonious II and Felonious Jr. are not safe on Felonious Sr.'s watch in the middle of the night. He's not going to keep you safer than a pale man could, and no amount of firearms and pepper spray and knives will change the fact that people like me are just better at violence. People like me are just better at violence. Sorry, but people like me are just better at violence, and Felonious Sr. and Felonious II and Felonious Jr. aren't going to stop me and my compatriots from leaving with whatever we want that is yours, that is physically located on your property, and there's nothing you can do about it. If we decide that it's ours, if we decide that it's ours, it's not yours anymore, and there's nothing you can do about it because we decided that it's ours. Sorry, Felonious Sr. Sorry, Felonious Sr. Sorry, Felonious Sr. But we took everything that was yours that we wanted, and we left with it. And we kicked your ass too. In front of your wife. In front of your pale wife. Which was embarrassing for you, I'm sure. I'm sure that was embarrassing for your pale wife. When we kicked your ass in front of your kids and your pale wife. Well, you and everyone you know's ass in front of you and your pale wife. Sure, that was a good time for you. I'm sure that was a good time for you.